Can you spot the 3 catastrophic mistakes in this file name that will cause the file to become corrupt? If you can't say with certainty, you are risking losing all of your work to file corruption. In my 15 years as an Emmy-nominated commercial and documentary editor for clients like Vice and the BBC, every corrupt file that I've come across has had one of the 3 things that I'm about to show you. You'll learn how to spot these 3 things and what to use instead to avoid your files becoming corrupt. Yes, hello, welcome back to the video editing podcast from Unsplice with me, Shiny. This podcast is designed to help you overcome cluelessly editing from the gut and apply industry standard workflow and creative storytelling techniques that premium clients will pay £300 to £500 per day for. And I'm going to show you 3 of the 6 main rules for file naming that every professional video editor needs to follow for a safe workflow. If you want to check out all 6 of these file naming rules, then you can get it on a file naming cheat sheet, which comes as a part of the technical workflow workshop. Check it out on the link below. Let's break down this file name and the 3 file naming disasters that are waiting to happen. Megan Ampersand Michael Rave dot open brackets 30s close brackets final hash 3.mov. The first major thing is this right here, a full stop. When a computer sees a full stop in name, or a period for my American friends, it reads everything after the full stop as the file name extension. You know, we've got .mov, .mp4. So if there's more than one full stop in a file name, then the computer might mistake everything after that for a file extension, and that can cause the file to become corrupt. So only have one full stop in the entire file name, and that full stop should come just before the extension, .mov, .mp4, whatever it is. What do you use instead? Well, instead of having a dot in the middle of the file name, take it out. Do you even need it? If you do need it, then try using a hyphen or an underscore instead. And that is all you need. Special characters. Special characters are anything that's not a letter or a number, really. You've got the ampersand, you've got 2 bracket symbols, and you've got a hash in that name. All of these special characters will cause the file to become corrupt. And the reason for that is because they don't translate between Mac and PC. The way that a Mac and a PC writes this character, this piece of code, is different. And so if this file ever changes from a Mac to a PC, that could be from a PC formatted hard drive or a Mac formatted hard drive. It could go between machines, or it could be uploaded to the internet, put on one particular kind of server, and then downloaded, and then that file becomes corrupted. I remember I was in a project by a client. It was already started by another editor, and they sent it to me to finish. There was one piece of footage that was missing, and they just downloaded it from the internet. So rather than send me that file, they said, can you just download it from the internet? Well, I downloaded it from the internet, from its source, and it had a hash in the name. And when I downloaded it and put it onto my Mac, it corrupted. Every single time I tried to download it, it corrupted. But the other editor was editing on a PC. So when they downloaded it, it was absolutely fine. What this meant was I couldn't get the file to open. I couldn't finish the project. And the other editor had to send that file over to me. But the problem was that editor was busy on another job, which is why I was taking over the edit. And so we had to wait over a day for that file to come in. That reflects really badly on that other editor's reputation. So it is really important to make sure that you follow file naming conventions and make sure that you don't make any of these mistakes. These are some examples of special characters. I'm going to give you a few more, but I won't give you all of them because we'll be here for a while. Question mark, exclamation mark, asterisk, quote marks, plus sign, the at sign as well. All of these are examples of special characters that could cause the file to become corrupt. So what should you use instead? Make sure you only use letters, numbers, and hyphens or an underscore. Simple as that. Delete everything else. Now, what I find really useful is to have this as a cheat sheet next to my desk when I'm naming files, just to make sure that I can avoid all of those mistakes. And if you want access to that cheat sheet, then it comes as a part of the technical workflow workshop. Check it out at the link below. And now on to mistake number 3 that I see all too often, and you've probably already spotted it. It's the most obvious one, writing final in the file name. I don't need to explain this one. You already know why, because you end up with final mov, then final 2, then final, no, actual final, and then final, no, this one. And then a month later, the client goes, oh yeah, we need that final version. Can you send it over? We've lost it. And then you look back at all your files and you're like, I think it's this one. Nothing is ever final. If you name anything final, you're just jinxing yourself. Never call anything final. You are tempting fate far too much. So what should you have instead? Stick to version numbers. VO1, VO2, and so forth. Just keep going. Version 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But the critical thing is here to use leading zeros. So double digits, V01, V02. Because if you start with V1, then as soon as you get to V10, that's going to come after number 1. So V10 is going to come before version 2 if there's no 0. So make sure you have a leading 0, V01, V02, etc., etc., etc. So with those 3 things in mind, how should we rewrite this file name so that it is correct? Megan-Michael-Rave-30s-V03.mov. Nice and clean, nice and easy. Now, of course, if you wanted to add a date to this so that you know what date it was actually done on, add the date after the version number. That means you'll always be in order. Version 1, 2, 3, 4, you know exactly which version you're on. And then the date becomes irrelevant to the sorting method when viewing the file. And make sure you write your dates as year, month, day. And that's because when working internationally, there's no confusion whatsoever between what is the month and what is a day. Whereas if you're writing in the US standard and the European standard, the month and the day are swapped, which can be confusing. And whenever you sort your files in your Finder window by name, then if you write it year, month, day, it's always going to be in the correct order. These are the rules that all professional editors live by. I've had so many compliments over the years about my file organization from other editors who take over my projects or need to jump in and take some assets. And this reflects on your reputation. And this is what £500 a day reliability looks like. You don't take this stuff lightly. This is a must. If you want to know all the rules for file naming conventions, then of course you get that on the cheat sheet with the technical workflow workshop, which you can find on the link below. And if you want to know how to boost your reliability so the clients will trust you enough to pay you £500 a day, then definitely want to improve your keyboard skills. Because when you're fast on the keys, you can edit at the speed of thought. And you can find out the 5 keyboard shortcuts that make the biggest difference to my speed by checking out the next episode.